pretty sure it just started raining harder, which is awesome. Sorry. So, bucket up. I'm getting wet. That's great. So yeah, I'm gonna be sitting in the rain, basically, essentially. Technically, definitely sitting in the rain. 400% sure. Hi, I'm back. Okay, guys, I'm live. Just so we're all clear on that. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm here. We're here, and I'm trying to get under this stupid thing. Here we go. Got the thing set down. I'm good. Um. Oh yeah. Sorry, I gotta get the mic. Oh, I don't have this turned on. Oh, sorry, that was my fault again. I had to. Oh, sorry, that was my fault again. I Okay. Oh, it's working. That's cool. It is working. Yeah, I'm just like trying to get all this stuff situated, and it started raining. Like I had done the thing before, and it was a horizontal stream, but I don't. I googled it, and it said that the horizontal stream, when it's like this full screen, it doesn't pop up on people's live feed. And I want it to pop up on people's live feed because I want people to be able to just sit there on their phone, scroll through, see what I'm saying, check us out, and then leave, and then it don't matter, and we go on with our lives, and we have a good time. So I finally made an effort because I'm paying this editor now, so I have time to do other things. And I finally took time to like schedule the live stream, post a thumbnail, and put a title and description, which I never did before. So now it's like SEO optimized. So maybe it'll actually get to people. Because like sometimes it gets to a lot, and then sometimes it gets to none, which I'm not saying like there should always be people on listening, but point being, why would you get 1,000 or whatever on some streams and then none on others? It's just kind of annoying is all. So I'm here. We're live. Nobody's out here with me, which is really disappointing. My stepdad got this new, whatever the hell you call it, it's propane-powered heating torch thing, because it's about to get cold here in Michigan, and it's going to be perfect for out here, man. You set it basically right where it's at, and you sit here in 30, 40 degrees. It'll probably warm you up pretty good. It definitely will warm you up damn good. So that's cool. We are getting close to, anybody that watched yesterday, we are getting close to the house being finished. If you watch my actual videos, I do show some of like the home and stuff. And then my parents have their own channel, Duane and Deanne DIY Life, which is, I haven't been posting on because I just don't have the time to do the editing. I tried, and all I ended up doing was staying up super late and like just throwing content out there. Luan, hello. What is happening, brother? Are you subscribed? If you're not, please smash that subscribe button, kick it in the face, and tackle it, wrestle it, beat it up. If you know jujitsu, do some jujitsu on the subscribe button. Whatever you got to do to tap, tap, tap that button, I would greatly appreciate it. So, anyhow, I'm getting so close. Oh my God, I'm starting a new position at my company, but it's a position that I've done before at other companies a lot for a few years, where I drive a semi truck. I go across the country. So I'm going to be doing that. I won't be going across the country necessarily, but I will be going from state to state, and I'm going to be making a lot more money, double the money, probably about 70 to 80 grand a year, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. but I'm going to be able to dump a bunch of money into the channel, a bunch of money into the editor, just go all out spending money like a freaking crazy person. And I've always spent money on stuff because I've always had passions in life. I'm like, I wanted this, I want that, and none of it's really turned into anything, like really turned into anything. Let me turn this camera a little bit. But this is already turning into something. Like, this is already showing me that it's possible to live out your dreams, make them happen, make them a reality. It just takes a lot of work. So anyhow, just a quick, thing here, backstory. We've got the house remodel going on. It's almost done. And I'm going to get the room set up. I'm going to get padding on the walls, get it all nice and soundproofed, get a cool backdrop. And it's going to be live stream gaming, which what so many people love watching. And it's not going to be like a live stream like this. So whatever, it might not reach as many people at first, but it's so much more comfortable. Sit in a nice chair, have a nice camera. Everything is going to be, great quality, whatever. I'm going to do some gaming with my younger brother. We'll get on the live stream and do that. But it's going to be probably 2 or 3 weeks till we get that set up. Maybe a little bit less. So I'm like super pumped. Got mega plans. Anna Moreno, how you doing? If you are not subscribed, please, if you are a lady, lightly caress. Be kind and sweet to that subscribe button. Just graze that subscribe button. As long as you tap it, just be nice and sweet to it. It finally started letting up the rain. I'm like, but I don't know if you're going to be able to. If I go like this, right here, and you go like this, you might be able to. Oh, that looks so good. This is my sister, Daphne. She is literally the coolest person ever. Hello, Jenny, Ruby, Kim. If you are not subscribed,
subscribe.
If you are a woman, lightly
obliterate the button. If you're a man, say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get you flowers.
Women lightly caress it and be
flame
nice
throw
to
it.
Flame throw it.
And then men fart on it.
Well, that's what men do, isn't it?
Yep, they fart.
So my sister has finally joined. Say hi.
Hi.
So we're talking about her. She's on her period, so she's like, I'm like, oh, whatever. I'm just like pissed. Lame.
I never freaking said that.
You did.
When?
You literally said you were on your period earlier.
Yeah, I just mentioned I'm on my period because you were like, oh, you're a little
lazy.
Yeah, because
you're... No, because you... Well... And then you're like, that's an excuse. That's a BS.
I never said it was an excuse. I was just stating so you know why I'm in the state that I'm in.
That's an excuse. You're literally saying this is the reason why.
I appreciate being on live stream today. I'm checking out for now.
Yeah, she ain't having it. She ain't having it. It's too real. It's too raw. Hey. She's going to get me wet.
I flick ice cream on your back. I'm going to get Lily.
Ice cream? Hey, man. It's not cool. They can't even see it.
Lily.
They can't even see the ice cream. Lame. Justin says lame.
Come here.
I don't. She made an excuse, not me. I'm not saying anything about it.
I didn't say anything. Come here.
Oh, now she's lying. Anyhow, we're here. We're chilling. We got super plans. Come on, Lily. I always want to call her Callie. Oh, my gosh.
Lily, lick off the ice cream.
Please lick it off. She ain't going to lick it off. Just use that towel. It's right there. I can't reach it. I got broken shoulders. I was talking about the... Oh, no.
Towel's soaking wet.
Crazy work is right. So we got... I mean, my mindset is on... Well, my mindset is on, and my mind is set. Both of those mean the same thing for me right now. On getting everything set up to produce, like, super mega content. Get the money in order, get the editor in order, and then start filming like crazy and doing a bunch of stuff like crazy. Because that's what it's going to take. I didn't even see that. Because that's what it takes. That's what I want to do. And there's just so... LeBron James, what's happening, bro?
LeBron James, tell him my butthole speak British.
I forget who LeBron James was, but thanks for... I'm talking about on here, not who LeBron James
I was
is.
gonna say what.
I remember that name. Pretty sure I remember that name. You can dump on blech. You can dump ice cream anywhere on me. I don't care. That's weird. Um,
I'll
so
tell that to Alicia.
and then yeah, right. We'll get there. Don't mention that anymore because Melinda's like told
Oh.
her. She told her I heard your name on the live stream the other day. I mean, she didn't say anything bad. I mean, I don't think I said anything bad. But I'm like, I told Alicia, I was like, don't ever watch, don't ever listen to it. But do it if you want. I don't care. That's also cool too. But like my piece of advice would be like, don't do that because you'll probably get to know someone way too much that I don't think you probably just like you hear something eventually and be like, yeah, I don't like that anymore. I don't like that person. Even though like Joe Rogan's wife watches his podcast, he did mention that like years and years ago.
Like when they first started dating.
Well, I just mean like they've been married, they have kids. He's like a 20-something-year-old, so she watches.
Do you want this?
Do I want a horrible stomachache
The
and
ice cream.
the
It's not a lot of
shites in
ice
the morning?
cream.
But why do you have to put this
I don't know.
Skittles or whatever the heck they are?
They're gummy clusters.
Gummy clusters, nerds. Gummy clusters.
Not only any normal, they're the limited edition. And
So,
they're laced.
We're going to hang out. We're going to find topics to talk about because I usually just blabber about random nonsense.
They're laced.
And I want to be more productive with like actually being a streamer and
I want her. Hi, meow meow.
So I'm looking up things, to talk about, like all that nonsense, whatever. Oh, literal hair, dude. That's why she doesn't get on the table.
That's Beethoven's.
No, that's why cats don't belong on tables, because they shed like freaking crazy. You could be like, she doesn't shed that much, but it don't matter. She's still a cat and covered in hair. Like, if you were covered in hair, I'd be like, don't be around. I saw your face, though. She just likes watching her face on the camera, on the video here. Ridiculous. Come on, people, boost the channel.
I saw LeBron James headline eating rectangle watermelon on a podium.
Boost the channel. Share it with your friends. Share it to everybody. Share it with God, if you have his number, or her number, or their number, or they's number, or its number.
What if it goes by Z's or pronouns?
So we were supposed to do a prep before the show, but nobody gave a crap.
What do you mean?
I said we were gonna sit down and prep.
Well, we did.
We didn't do anything. We didn't prep. We didn't do. This was not enough ice cream. I need like 8 gallons. So I did go on ChatGPT, but I have rapping. How about quantum stuff?
Quantum physics. The line at the quantum physics, the splice, they splice it, and it becomes 2 quantums, so it's a double quantum.
What is the current theory of quantum mechanics? Google's going to totally give me the wrong answer because it's going to be like, well, we don't want you finding out that you live in the Matrix and in a video game controlled by like evil people, because it is Google. Google is the program. And quantum mechanics. Well, dude, we've known these theories since like 1880 or 50 or something crazy, but it's still not like talked about in school in terms of like this is like the new thing, but it kind of already has been proven in a sense. Just saying. The current theory of quantum mechanics describes the behavior of the universe at anatomic, and subatomic scales. Lean back, you'll get wet. Explaining that particles exhibit I can't talk, wave particle duality exist in probabilities rather than definite states until measured. And exchange energy in discrete quanta. What does quanta mean? Key concepts include superposition, existing in multiple states at once, and entanglement, interconnected particles. Though a complete theory unifying it with general relativity remains a major open problem. So we've got nowhere. But this is the one I like. Wave particle duality. Quantum objects like electrons can behave as both particles and waves. That one was crazy when they did the double slit experiment. I was like, what? Is she just going to lean back and... Haha. I told you lean back, you'll just get dripped on. It's
I
like
thought
there's
you
only like
said
a
lean. If I don't lean back,
lean
I'll
back.
get wet. Like what?
Lean back. So that one I really like. It's the double slit experiment type deal. Sorry if there's anybody chatting. I can't read your chats when I'm reading this because it's on my tablet. And Daphne can look on her phone. She don't care.
I
She's
don't
like, nah.
care.
You should care though, man.
I
There's people-
care.
All right. You just said you don't care.
It was joke.
Well, I didn't know it was a joke.
Well, now you
They
know
probably
it's a
took
joke.
it very seriously and got very offended by it. They probably all left and
Well,
unsubscribed.
They can all lick my feet, which I know they would enjoy.
Whoa, dude. That's crazy.
You know what else is crazy?
Hmm.
A lot of things.
Whoa, brain fart.
Oh my word.
So anyhow, that's why I'm starting to do this and like look at information because that's what I'll do when I game. I'm going to have 2 monitors and I'm going to have like subjects to talk about because I'm interested in literally everything. But if I don't have like bullet points or just like, I don't know, things that interest me in front of me, I'm just going to like circle around nonsense and just like talk into oblivion and like really not say anything that I want to say. And it helps you to come up with ideas. That's all. I mean, it's no different than like Rogan can easily say, well, I just sit here and talk and I don't have a specific subject, but that's not the point. The subject is the person that he's talking to. So like whatever he has done in their life or her life, that's what he talks about and like explains stuff, whatever. What are you doing? We are live right now, dude. Go live on Snapchat. Can we go live on Snapchat?
I don't know.
Oh, we need to figure out if we can. Let's go live right now.
Woo!
Let's do it. Let's get these numbers up. Dude, when I can go live on freaking TikTok, this is when I figured out about TikTok and all the other things. Well, it's basically, so it's YouTube, it's TikTok. I don't know if you, I think you can go live on that. And then Instagram Live, I think you can go live, right? You can go
Yes,
live.
you can go
So,
live
but
on
this, I
Instagram.
figured out how I could do it.
What did I-
No. Hold on. I figured out how you can do it. You just get 4 phones.
I
So instead
got 2 phones, one for the plug, one for the home.
I don't know that song. But, well, if she sang it better, maybe I would. Who wants these nerd gummy clusters? They're delicious. So, the wave particle duality was crazy. They did a double slit experiment quite some time ago and basically just shows like when you observe it with a camera or like record it or something like that, it changes at an atomic and subatomic level, which is like freaking, because they measured electrons and protons. She likes to do crazy faces and then look back and watch her make the crazy face. She gets a kick out of that.
You did too, shut up.
It's funny because you get if you got no kick out of it at all, I'd be like, all right, but you do get, you make yourself laugh of your own self. It's very funny to do that. Uncertainty principle. It is impossible to know a particle's exact position and velocity simultaneously. Well, what does that mean? Well, if it's the velocity, meaning it's the speed that it's moving at, like I kind of get it. Whatever. Quantization. Wait, quantization.
Where?
Quantization. Quantization.
Quantization.
Energy, momentum, and other properties are exchanged in discrete, specific amounts called quanta, rather than continuous variables. Let's see if anybody enjoys this conversation.
5 people enjoy.
5 people are on. Thank you guys for
Le
sticking around.
Le
No
bon.
comments, but that's fine. If you're not subscribed, please hammer and nail down that subscribe button.
Whoa.
Nail it into the floor where it sits and never let it go. But women, be nice to it.
No, women destroy it, and men
What do you...
give it a little pat on the back.
Jeez, dude. No. Women, be nice to the subscribe button and caress it and be sweet and kind to it. And lightly
You're
tap it. Men
crazy.
freaking take an atomic bomb and drop it on the subscribe button and
they're
just
retarded?
below it. Yeah, dude. Men are ridiculous.
Not
We're
in a
idiots.
good way.
Yeah, we're idiots. We're crazy. We're stupid. We're... Go
Why is
get.
that
I need
praised?
food. Oh.
See,
'Cause
that's
it's part
the
of
problem.
life. We
It's
go-
praised in society.
It's not praise.
Yes,
We have
it
to go
is.
hunt
Oh,
to
yes,
the
it is.
death.
Yeah,
We
that's
literally have to go
praised.
die. We have to go die for everyone else's safety. That you have to be crazy to do
Thank
that.
God.
Yeah. Oh, it's
I
just
missed
so...
the part where men
Like, you
would go off to
know
war.
that no matter what, if shite hit the fan and someone needed to defend a family, it would always be either the oldest man or the one below the oldest man, or all of them. That's just a fact. So, like, you could let go of all the other stuff, and that man would then protect the family, whether that guy's an asshole, a drunk, an idiot. It wouldn't matter. He would be like, well, got to protect my family. Like, and that's just part of
Ohana means
part of how we can
family.
be ridiculous and nonsensical and just like goofballs. Sometimes, and we're allowed to do that because we're the ones throwing our life on the line, even though we don't do that in society anymore, which is why we're super weak and which is why we need to change and we need to become
Wimpy
stronger
wissy
men and we need
boys.
to exercise and be fit and work and work hard
And shut
and
up.
dress nice if you can.
Wear a pink
Um,
dress.
take care of yourself, hygiene, practice speaking, practice language. I don't like to read, but practice reading if you can. Try to consume good content, good uh, motivational stuff, but mainly just exercise. But don't be like a meathead that's like,
Exercise? I
all
thought
I
you
do
said
is
extra
exercise.
fries.
Oh.
I will do that.
'Cause that's just, then you can end up being like a buff idiot.
Yeah.
So try to exercise both mental and physical. That is where we're at. That is what we need to do, guys. Okay, on to the next. On to the next. Superposition. Before measurement, a quantum system can exist in multiple possible states or locations at once. That's the ridiculous one. Is how, like, where does this theory come from? And I wish I knew the answer, but I think it may. And I've consumed a lot of quantum physics, quantum mechanics content. I held science for like 6 months, and I listened to audio tapes. It was ridiculous of all these scientists and like old scientists back in the day too, because we've had audio recordings for a long ass time, and they were pretty good quality now because all the editing and stuff that you can do. So I think that basically came from the double slit experiment in a sense because they didn't find any like way of measuring it, but it's not really giving me a whole lot here. I can click on it and go into it. If there's anything you guys want me to go into, let me know. Um, let's see, entanglement. Two or more particles can become linked or entangled such that a measure on one instantaneously affect the other, regardless of the distance between them. So I think what we're getting to here is like the quantum realm. We're basically getting into um, like movie um, effect, not movie effects, but we're basically just getting into the magic realm. Um, what we consider magic. At that point, you're you're basically just saying like everything is actually connected, not like a hippie that's like, oh man, like we're all connected, we're all here, whatever, which is I think true on a spiritual level. But this is basically saying this is combining that spiritual with the reality, the physics that you can prove with math, with mathematics, that like, no, we actually are connected. But you have to go a step further almost, and if to make someone believe, you almost have to try and prove it spiritually as well. Because you can go, well, how can you prove you're connected? You could do a bunch of tests, but I think you have to be connected consciously too in the mind to be able to then prove the math of it. That's why I think this hasn't really gotten off the ground yet in 140 or 50 whatever years, because you have to combine the magic part of it. You have to combine the meditating, emptying the mind, and like connecting with an individual that, or an object or whatever, that you both are on the same page and that you can then do this study on them while they're also being in a spiritual state of awareness and open consciousness, I guess, which I've gotten into quite a bit and I've tried, and it's really exciting. It's fun. I know that sounds weird to be like, it's exciting to sit there and like empty my thoughts and just try to be one with the world, but it really was, and it was really hard, okay, to sit there and to be thoughtless, because then all you start thinking about is like, why am I doing this? And then you start thinking about, why am I having thoughts? But it's important to sit and think about, why are we thinking? Where do these come from? What are they? So on and so forth. So basically, it says what it explains: the quantum mechanical model of the atom. This model uses quantum mechanics to describe the behavior and locations of electrons within atoms using probability distributions in orbitals. That was a whole lot of hubbub, and I don't know what that really said, but that's something that I have to read back a few times. The Standard Model. While the Standard Model of particle physics is the most successful theory for fundamental particles and forces, quantum mechanics is the fundamental The foundational theory that describes these interactions. Sorry, guys, I don't read a whole lot. So, me equals loser. Promote the stream, guys. How do I promote the stream? Only one other person on. I need to check my messages. She didn't text back. Okay. So, quantum mechanics is somewhat interesting. Let's see. Quantum gravity. The biggest challenge is to create a theory that successfully unites quantum mechanics with Einstein's theory of general relativity, which describes gravity. I don't think we know enough about gravity yet, right now. I think that's the one that everyone kind of goes, like, once we can figure out a propulsion system that manipulates gravity, I didn't get it, that it would be how we travel through space and time indefinitely or whatever, at the speed of light, things like that. So super interesting there. So these are all topics that I'm going to do some research. I cannot talk. Do some research into in the future, because the last time I got into it was 10, 12, 14 years ago. It was a long time ago. I was probably 20 or so. So quantum mechanics is at the top of my list for wanting to talk about, understanding. So anybody that doesn't want to ever listen to it, I'll make sure I put it in the title. When I'm like, hey, we're going to go deep into it and talk about it. And I'll game at the same time. So that'll be fun. And just so we all know here, this is a setup for my future live stream on my channel. We got a lot planned. Daphne's going to do ASMR, painting, drawing, like Bob Ross type stuff. I'm going to do gaming live streams, but also like other live streams, read the news, read politics, read about what's going on in the world. I'll probably change it up every day. So this is just a chill session. See what's going on. Let you guys know where we're going to be, guys and gals. Let you know where I'm going to take you guys, whoever sticks around, or whoever just happens to fly by, and just stop for a minute. This is going to be a little bit of everything. That's why I called it Triple Trouble Outdoors. Even though the live streams won't be outdoors. But maybe I'll put, this is what I'll do. So there's a window. Obviously I have a window. That'd be weird to not have a window, but I was just saying that just in case you thought maybe I didn't have a window. So out the window, what I could do, I could have a camera on me, like while I'm gaming, and then have a camera outside, have it like a small one of me, a small one of outside, and then me gaming. That'd be kind of cool. So I just came up with that idea. See, now when I come up with ideas, I don't care if I'm live or not, I need to type them in. So set up camera for outside video, whatever. Cool. If I don't type it in, I'll never remember. I've always been told by my mom, like, write things down, write notes, write a diary, whatever, write your thoughts out. And I never have. And this is helping me to do that, which is really cool. So I think in the gist of, like, writing things down, it's basically just to help you remember. It's not like it's like good for your brain or anything. You just don't forget what's going on. And that's important. You want to remember your ideas, because we have no idea where ideas come from. Like, not really anyway. Sometimes they just come out of thin air and you're like, how? So if you write it down, or if you put a note in your phone, you speak into it, speak to text, whatever, all that good stuff. So the last, it says on here, interpretations. While the mathematical framework of quantum mechanics is incredibly accurate, there are ongoing debates and different interpretations, such as the many worlds interpretation, about what the theory actually means regarding the nature of reality. And that to me just hits so deep, and like people don't think about that enough. Like literally, we haven't figured out what it seems we haven't figured out is our reality. Like, wouldn't that be like top of mind? And I get it, if it's impossible to figure out, or if there's nowhere to go from where we already are, sure, I guess that's fine. But when there's been a theory like this for over a century, and it's been written down for over a century. It's like, wouldn't that be the main, like, wouldn't that be where we're dumping like tons of money? And I'm sure there are people out there studying it, obviously, but we should be dumping like all of the money into that. No dumping money into going to space or any of this crap. We should be dumping all of it into like, how does reality work? And what are the physics that are true and real? And at least try to get closer to whatever is true and real and our existence and our reality, what we're capable of. Because that's going to help us like actually like make things and like do a bunch of other stuff too. So, yay, no one is watching. Thank you guys for not watching. Just kidding, it's fine. It's all good. I'll still be here every day no matter what. Because I got to practice. I got to practice live streaming and I got to practice being on here.
I just tried to take a crap, but man, nothing's happening. I'm terrified. I won't be able to poop. I need poop.
So
I need pooping
Daphne
tips.
is constipated.
Yay! What are we talking about?
I was talking about everything. Just I was talking about quantum mechanics, and then I was just talking about how this is all just like practice for when it's set up serious and real, and like we're like legit.
I don't know.
But you know, just
My
like
mom's back.
it's like practice. Like we're just doing this, and it's just like the start. It's like the beginning. It's like and it's on a phone, and I don't want to do the phone thing. The phone thing sucks. It's cool to have it, but if I can't do the phone and the stream on the same channel at the same time, like this content never looks good when it's done. It never turns out good. The quality is always crap, probably because I need to use Dane's phone or a better phone. But the audio is really good though. The audio is great. But you can't edit it. Not that I care about that. I just mean it needs to edit it. Edit it. Anyhow, it needs to be good from the get. So that's why we're on here, because it gets more people to get us more subscribers, more faster, more money, more faster, more time, more freedom, more faster. And then we can all hang out with you guys in real life and start a real movement and start a church and a cult. I mean, I would never do that. Never, ever is the whole plan of my whole thing is to start a cult. I mean,
gather people.
Gather people and have lots of good friends and, like, never do any. No, but, like, never go out to the desert and dance and sing Kumbaya with, like, 1,000 people under the moonlight and hold hands and just like love everyone eternally forever and be connected to the cosmos and everything that ever existed in all of time and space and reality, and realize that we are everything in the entire universe all at one time. It's a lot to take in, but not saying I want to do that. Definitely not. Bees. So let's talk about the importance of bees. I rode with Tony today, and he's cool with like me talking about all the stuff that I am like trying to do and like whatever. And so I was just bouncing ideas off him. We were talking back and forth, and I'm like, ooh, I have to. Well, that's kind of weird to say that when I said bouncing ideas off him. That's just kind of weird. But I can see how you get that correlation. But that's not. I'm not gay, so. Just saying. The importance of bees. Sorry for anybody watching this a year from now, going back and seeing how stupid we looked and how stupid we were and how boring this content was. I apologize. But we're going to talk about bees now, so be prepared. Bees are vital for human...
I'm just Lily.
I'm just Lily? You're not Lily. You're not a cat. I'm not going to get you a litter box for your room. But I'll get one for her. Bees are vital for human survival, ecosystem stability, and the global economy because they pollinate about 1/3 of the food humans eat, including fruits, vegetables, nuts, and seeds. Before I continue, the reason why I want to talk about bees is because another one landed on me in the truck while we were doing 65 miles an hour on my lap. And I looked up the importance of bees and like the meaning behind bees, and it was like, oh, strong working, hard working, endurance, whatever, all the things of like you're working hard and you're like after a goal or like whatever, because that's like their whole thing, and they're super. So again, I'm in northern Michigan, I get it. bees are everywhere, but they like, why are they landing on me
Bees.
and nobody else? And why are they landing on me? Like, that's
The
crazy.
spiritual meaning.
Yes, no duh. I believe in the spiritual thing. That's why anyhow. But I don't want to get like too deep into it. But I got a little deep into it when you were gone. But I don't want to like beat people in the head with like, hey, we are spiritual beings not living in the reality that we think we're living in, and all that other nonsense. And we need to open our eyes and ask questions, and also meditate and clear our thoughts and our minds and be empty with everything, so we can connect to all of consciousness. So we'll get into all that stuff later, guys. Oh yeah, so I was on this, not that. So continue. Their role extends to maintaining plant and animal biodiversity, supporting the food chains for other creatures, and providing valuable products like honey and beeswax. Bless you. As beeswax, as keystone species, bees are essential for a healthy environment and act as indicators for ecological health ecological health. Ecological. You can say it either way, I think.
Ecological.
Yeah, ecological. I like the E because it's like, you can see, like, say it. It's like ecological. I really want to get ice cream, but the stream must go on. I can't wait to start gaming. I'm going to stream for hours because it's just easier because you're like sitting down, you're doing something. I'm outside, I'm all sticky. I'm about to hop in the pool actually. But um, pollination of crops. So obviously we all know bees are crucial pollinators for countless crops such as apples, almonds, blueberries, tomatoes, and onions, directly impacting the availability and quality of the fruits, vegetables, and nuts that we consume. See, I knew that, but then it's like you really think about it. You don't feel like you want bees on your fruit and nuts and vegetables and stuff. But then you have to have them because if you don't, they don't grow.
Yeah.
What? Like, how do they pollinate stuff? We'll get deeper into bees at another time, but let's keep
Beans.
going. Let's keep going on the top surface of why bees are important and what they mean. Global economic value. The global value of insect pollination, largely performed by bees, is estimated to be in the hundreds of billions of dollars. That's crazy. Jinx, you owe me some ice cream that you have to go get for me in the fridge. Foundation of other foods. Bees also pollinate grasses and grains, which are essential feed for cattle and sheep, indirectly contributing to the production of foods like burgers and pizzas. Whoa, why did they have to say that? That was stupid, Google.
I'll get you some ice cream.
Okay,
Oh,
thanks.
She was standing up. She was like,
Oh, she's doing a full
so
stand up. She's adorable. I wish I could show you guys, but the camera's stuck there. It's not moving. I could go pick her up. Duh. Idiot. Honey, we're almost done here. Honey and other products. Bees produce honey, royal jelly, beeswax, and propolis, which have nutritional and medicinal uses and are ingredients in cosmetics and other products. Very true, very true. Environmental indicators. Because bees have specific habitat needs, changes in their populations can quickly signal environmental disturbances like climate change. Oh, wow. I think I've heard of that, but I don't know. Crime fighting. Trained bees have been developed to detect explosives due to their keen sense of smell. What? That's crazy, dude. Like, for real? Alright. That's dope, though. So I wanted to talk about taxes. When and why did taxes in the United States start? So I want to read this because Tony and I were talking about this guy I worked with today, and he was just basically like saying something about it started because of the war or what, something like that. And I wanted to dig into it because it's in the Constitution that like we shouldn't tax or whatever. I don't care. We have to pay taxes. It is what it is. But point being, hey, not cool. We should be able to choose what we want to pay for, and then that's it. And if you don't want to pay for it, then you don't get like the same benefits as like everyone else in terms of like power to your road, or I don't know. There should just be a better way to do it, and hopefully we get there one day. But let's find out. Let's dig deep into it, and let's find out together. This will be fun. While federal taxes have existed in various forms since the country's founding, the U.S. began its modern system of broad taxation during the Civil War. Whoa, did I hit you?
No.
You just dumped my...
Well, no,
but
you moved your hand and
my
thumb hit it.
So I did hit
my
you.
finger, my thumb was like...
I did hit you.
Holding
I didn't know if you just ran into me and was like, ugh.
No.
So he was right. It started in the Civil War and established a permanent... Okay, whoa. When was the Civil War? Civil War.
So
So that's a lie. like, that's crap to be like, oh, it officially was born on February 3rd, 1913. But no, it says right here on Google, on the top, it literally says,
Well, it's the AI overview. It's not always accurate.
that's not my point. This is what Tony just told me today. He said it started, he didn't say Civil War, but he said the war. And I didn't know what he meant. Because I was like, taxes started before World War I and World War II, right? Because, like, whatever. But he meant the Civil War, obviously, because he knew what he was talking about. Because that's literally the direct answer. It, in various forms, but began modern system during the Civil War. So, a modern system of broad taxation during the Civil War and established permanent income tax in 1913. So, it had something kind of going and kind of working, and then they're just like, boom, 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 keep going, get going, go, 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 and now everyone's taxed. That's BS. They did it only because of the war, because they needed to fund the fight against everyone else. That's insane. So the winners, yeah, they're definitely the good guys. A bug just flew into my ice cream. You son of a beeswax. Yeah, beeswax. Get it? That was a callback to the thing we were just talking about. So the reasons for taxation evolved from funding specific government debts and wartime expenses to provide a stable revenue stream for a wider range of government services. That's crazy. Like, then that's all we should fund it for, is like when we're being attacked or something stupid, which we never are. Well, we probably are, but you know what I mean. If there's like things on the streets happening that we're like, we have to protect ourselves, like, okay, we need to get guns and ammo, like, we need, okay, let's all pay for it, but it should be a county thing or a city thing or a state thing or whatever, not federal income tax. This is crazy. We have to fight against it eventually, to stand up and everybody stop paying taxes all at one time. Imagine if just 100 million people stopped paying taxes in the United States, or 10 million.
Yeah,
Like, it would crush the system. The system would go and just crack and break and be done. So we need that's something that I, unless it just never happens, but like, try to start something like that, or join other people that are already doing that. I'm guaranteed there's other people out there right now that are like trying to like, hey, we need to like get together, and then just like keep growing that. Because if you get it to a certain number, all you probably got to do is like find out what that number is and be like, all right, when we get there, that'd be pretty sweet. So yeah, funding war. That's what that was for. And now it's to pay for some of the most retarded shit. Early taxes, even under British rule, colonists paid taxes, though at a lower rate than residents of Great Britain. These included property tax, poll tax, taxes, import duties, and excise tax. Okay. But that was when we were under British rule. I don't understand that part. But anyhow. No taxation without representation. The British government's attempt to raise revenue from the colonies after the 7 Years' War by imposing taxes without colonial representation in Parliament became a primary cause of the American Revolution. I just read that whole thing. I don't really remember what it said. I do that about 95% of the time. So that's okay. We'll circle back in a year from now. I'll be like, hey, let's go look up taxes and why they started again. Funding independence. The new independent nation began by collecting revenue through tariffs on imports and excise taxes on products like whiskey. That's cool. I mean, I guess, I don't know, whatever. Let's check the stream real quick. Just me watching. Yay.
I got a shower.
Nobody commented, dude.
Nobody?
No, nobody commented. It really is hurting my feelings.
It's messed up.
Or not like after LeBron James, I'm saying. Like, it just like,
James,
oh my gosh, don't say that every time, please.
LeBron James.
Financing, where did I get to? Yeah. Financing the Civil War. The first federal income tax was enacted in 1862 under President Abraham Lincoln to help finance the Union's Civil War expenses. This temporary progressive tax levied a 3% tax on incomes between $600 and $10,000 and 5% on incomes over $10,000. It was repealed in 1872. So 10 years later, done, gone, out of here. No taxes at all. That's crazy. And now we pay boatloads. Not as much as other countries, but still, man. You know, we need to think about and remember why the heck this is the way that it is. Constitutional challenge. Another income tax was introduced in 1894, but the Supreme Court ruled it unconstitutional a year later. The court held that the tax was a direct tax, not apportioned among the states by population as required by the Constitution. So, this is a good sign. Like, we're sticking to the Constitution still. 1894, but 130 years later, we're not sticking by the Constitution. We're sticking by people's feelings and bullcrap. Ratification of the 16th Amendment. In 1913, the 16th Amendment to the United States Constitution was ratified, giving Congress the power to lay and collect taxes on incomes from whatever source derived without apportionment among the several states. That is crazy. Broadening the tax base, the new federal income tax was established to provide a stable, long-term source of government funding. Initially, very few Americans paid it, but the tax base was significantly expanded during World War II. Yep, with the introduction of payroll withholding. This marked the start of the modern American tax system. So bad. Funding public programs. Today, taxes are the largest source of revenue for the U.S. government, funding essential services such as national defense, infrastructure, social programs like Social Security and Medicare, and public education. So when I read that, I'm like, okay, I get how that can be good, but like most of those programs are dog crap. So like, but no one cares to fix them or like make them better or like whatever. I guess I don't know. You kind of get yourself in a rut, and then you have like nowhere to go once it gets so big and so crap. You can't just tear down all the DMVs and just build new ones. Although that would be great if they did. Gosh, I would love that. So that's that for that. Taxes, we'll definitely get into that crazy. And then went. Let's see. This is where I was at before. Creating cool pictures with ChatGPT, but okay, so see, this is what I like here. Live stream conversation topics. And this is not because I need something to keep me talking, it's because I need something interesting to talk about, especially when there's no one here. That'll be one thing that's nice about gaming, is there'll be other people on the gaming, and so it'll already be like content right there. And I can throw in random topics and random shit, when I see something on the side, on the other monitor, or something in the news, or like whatever, but there'll already be like content going, so it's not going to be just boring, me sitting here talking to myself. But what pops up? Outdoor and adventure. Funniest and craziest moments while disc golfing. Nah, we haven't really had any like crazy, but throwing your disc in the water and like getting in the water and slipping and falling and face first in the water and getting your clothes soaked. That's happened. Hasn't happened here yet, but it's happened before in the past. I know it has, because we've been playing for 20 years. But and then out here we haven't had too much crazy stuff happen. Throwing discs in the water and having to get in, and the water actually feels nice here, and it's not scary like Florida where you're afraid you're going to get attacked by alligators. How'd you plan the ultimate camping trip? Gear, meals, location. I like that. When I read that yesterday, I mean, I don't know. I would want to do it in the most like I don't know. I would want to do it in different ways, right? I would want to do like certain trips, like modern, right, where you're still camping, but you like have a lot of stuff and all of the like current technology, and like and Starlink. You have internet. You're watching Netflix out camping in the middle of the mountains or something ridiculous, Things like that would be awesome. But then also like traditional camping, where you don't have a lot of stuff and you got to go make a fire, and you don't have a bunch of stuff to make a fire. Maybe you have a lighter or something, but point is there's so much modern technology out there for like outdoor survival that it's not exactly the same. The only thing you really have to worry about is like staying warm, and then like if there's animals out there, bears or tigers or whatever the heck. So I'd like to do a little bit of both. But I think modern camping ultimately would be the coolest. To be like, hey, look where we're at. We're hiking in the mountains, backpacking, and then we have all this cool stuff. You have these filters for your water, and like, oh, all sorts of stuff. Starlink, we set up Starlink. Mobile, they have mobile now. You sit there and you're watching Netflix on a projector screen, just like bam, out there in the middle of nowhere in the mountains. Like, imagine that. That's got to be it's gonna be freaking awesome because I went camping a lot, but I just did basic camping where you set up a tent, you have a fire, and then like you kind of just hang out and go to sleep. But I would love to do a whole, week long thing of just camping, in a tent and hiking in the Appalachian Mountains would be my first stop, as I've been there quite a bit and I haven't surfaced like in 1% of it. So I want to finish that up before I go out west to the Rockies. The time you got lost or almost lost on a trail. Well, that's a good one. I know I've definitely got like misplaced. I just don't have an exact time that I got lost while hiking. I don't think so. I've never hiked like a long enough distance to get lost. I guess. Not that I can remember. So maybe in the future that'll be a story. Comparing fishing trips, best catch versus best fail. I can't talk. So I've never really been fishing. So that'll be for another day. Ooh, you know what? Before I do this, let me go select text. I want to copy all this. Boop, 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 boop. Because I want to save this and stupid crap. Yep, I'm going to save this in my notes. So I always have it, so I don't have to go on ChatGPT and have like internet or whatever. Walmart adventures, the funniest thing you've seen shopping. So I didn't bring my camera this one time because I bring my camera a lot. And this guy, kind of fat, rough looking, but not, whatever, but just a little rough looking. Had these two daughters with him. They were probably 8 and 10 maybe or something like that. And didn't have my camera. I'm like, and not that much happens at this Walmart, right? It's just, we're in the country here, man. There's just not a lot of people that come through and not a lot of crazies, but they were walking and one of the daughters, I think the older daughter, was pushing the cart behind him and ran into his back of his heel, which I've had my kids do that, and I did get mad at my kids too. But what he said was incredible. He turns around, he goes, and I'm right next to him. So if I had my camera, I would have got it all on camera. I mean, it pissed me off, but it was so funny. He turns around to his daughter and says, "If you hit me with that cart one more time, I'm gonna shove it up your ass." And I was like, dude, you can't talk to a little girl like that. Like, holy crap. Like, if it was a boy, I'd be like, all right, I can kind of see you're being rough with them and tough and like, but in the store at Walmart where everyone can hear you, I'm like, this dude does not care. I don't really have any other funny stories at Walmart. But again, I mean, I guess I don't hang around Walmart enough. I mean, I have been more lately, but I don't like hang out in there for hours. I used to when I was a teenager, but we'd always say go to Wally World. That was fun. Family traditions or routines that make you laugh. We'll skip that one. Parenting wins and fails. Parenting wins and fails. Basically, my kids are great. I love them to death. I don't know what I would say. It's a good one. I'd have to think about that one. Like, things that we just like, that didn't work. Look at them now. But I don't want to be rude, but I don't want to think about things that my kids aren't good at or whatever. I guess I just thought of one thing. I was talking to my son, Ryan. I think he's my younger son, and I think he was like 10 or 11, maybe he was 12. I don't know. But it seemed like quite a while ago, so he had to have been like 11. And smarty pants. I mean, this kid's just super smart and very articulate, very, well, I don't want to keep saying so smart. He's not that smart. Just kidding. Anyhow, great kid. And so we were talking about something, and then we got in the topic of basketball, and I was like, yeah, I'd love for you to, be in the NBA, or I'd love for you to go to college and play in NCAA, go to North Carolina. And he's like, I forget exactly what he said, but he's just like, man, that's like not realistic. He's like, you know the percentage, and he's so young. He's like 10 or 11. He's like, you know the percentage of people that make it into like a Division 1 college and make it on the starting team, and then only really those guys are the ones that actually make it into the NBA. And then you know the percentage of those guys that actually make it in the NBA. He's like, it's not very realistic, Dad. The stats aren't there to show, you know. And I was like, oh, and like, you're pretty much right, but I was like, it still would be good to put in a lot of hard work. That would still be fun and healthy and good. But gosh, that was like a total win and fail, because it was like he was being very realistic, but then, um, like not wanting to try to accept a challenge like that, which is like the people that do and that do make it into professional sports or whatever. That's like you're taking on a whole life. You're not going to have a life. The only person that I think I could point to that like is was at the top of the game, but also kind of did whatever they wanted was Michael Jordan, and then I mean, there's a few out there. I can't think of their names right now, but there's like very few people at like the top of any sport that were the best, but also could screw off and like not really practice or like whatever. So that's just super talent, super skill. But point being is like at a certain point in their life, they had to work and only work hard and do nothing else with their life other than like that sport or whatever. Um, Reminiscing about growing up. Ooh, childhood stories. My brother needs to be out here for this one. He's got some epic childhood stories. I don't really have any. I have a dream. Well, I say it's a dream, but I mean I know I was there, like, but I don't know how like realistic this is. Whatever happened, but I think we were in California, and I just remember being like 3 or 4, maybe, I don't know. I remember we were eating spaghetti. I think again, don't know, and earthquake started to happen, and I remember hiding under the dining room table and being like, and then when I was 7.5, you say halves until you get up to like 8 or 9. Kids do. But I was like 7.5. We moved December 31st. We left and we got to Florida from Michigan. We got to Sarasota, Florida, January 1st. So we left at the end of the year. Got there at the beginning of the year. Kind of cool. And I started school at a different school in a state where I never been, where I never knew anybody ever. I didn't know a single soul. 7.5 years old. So like a really turning point for kids. It's right where I started remembering things like a lot, you know. So I started this new school in the middle of the year, in the middle of the day. I got there at like 8 or something or whatever in the morning, like ridiculous. Like, hey, Ma, don't do that. And I remember, I don't know if it was my first day or what, but I remember I had to go to the bathroom so bad, and I didn't ask to go to the bathroom, and I peed my pants because I was afraid to raise my hand and ask to go to the bathroom. I was so shy, and I'm still shy. It is what it is. Until I get to know you, and then it's not anymore. But, gosh, I really need to get this pimple off my back. I need to go scrub the crap out of it. I'm going to take a shower here in 2 minutes. We're going to get off the live stream. We did an hour. It's not too bad, people. But I'm going to do like 2 to 3. Once I'm actually able to be monetized and quit, I'll probably do like a total of like 4 to 5 hours of streams a day. So it'll be like 2 hours of gaming and then an hour of news, an hour of this, whatever. I'll switch it up, you know, throughout the whole day. But it'll be 1 in the morning and then all the way through to later in the day. So anybody that's watching, subscribe, like, comment, share, all that, because here we're going to get into all of it. I'm going to do reaction videos. I'm going to watch people live. I'm going to watch channels live and do my live reactions. I'm going to watch new videos. I'm going to do all that stuff. It's just I'm getting to the point where I can like make my own content right now. I don't want to just do one thing. I'm like, I need to get better at talking. I need to be better at figuring out all the equipment and all that kind of stuff. So anybody that's here, anybody that's subscribed already or not, doesn't matter. Hit it if you're not, because we're about to do all of it, man. I like to get into every topic, everything. Doesn't matter the conversation. I'm all about it. So let's hit one more thing here. Behind the scenes, how hard daily editing really is. So I just stopped editing recently. Not completely. I still do like shorts. I still do other stuff. But like editing my full videos, I was uploading every day. Holy crap. It's ridiculous. I don't know. But I'm not trained in it. I don't know how to do it. So I had to teach myself, which all that meant was just like watching YouTube videos, going over certain things. But again, I'm still not trained in it. I still didn't go to school, or I didn't have like an actual class. So it took me, I would say it probably took me 100% longer than anybody trained, if not longer than that. And so it just, what I got done in 4 hours probably only takes an editor an hour or so, depending. I'm not sure, but I'm just taking a guess there. So I would get home at, 3 or 4, and maybe 2 in the afternoon, whatever. But then I would do that until like 6 o'clock, but then still try to keep doing it. And so, but keep doing other life. So I would probably spend 4 or 5 hours a day, and then it ended up being like content that wasn't that great. So that daily grind is like ridiculous. Try to film your own stuff, get everybody to want to film, do all the filming, be in the film, get the camera set up, do the batteries, do the thing, get the right position, get everybody to want to get the right position, and then get everybody on, and then get all the content over to the computer, uploaded, exported, edited, and then exported again, and then uploaded again. Holy crap. It is insane. So I need somebody. I got somebody now to do it right there on the spot, because that's his job, that's his gig, that's what he's doing. And once I start paying him more, I get this new position. It's going to be ridiculous. Insane. And Usama, if you're listening, brother, we're blowing up. And you're going to stay with me, because it's going to get crazy real, dude. I do live streams. I do crazy real talk. I do goofy live streams. I do outdoors content. I do sports content. I'm going to do gaming live. I'm going to do off-roading. We got a side-by-side. We got ATVs. I mean, once this house gets remodeled and everything's done, we got snowmobiles. I mean, guys, it's going to be like, he does this. It's going to be a constant everyday thing. Once I can quit, it'll be like full everyday thing, where like when I wake up, I'm spending 10 hours of that day filming and making all that different kinds of content. Going to the archery range, going to the golf course range, going to play golf, going to do the live stream, going and playing live game. It's just going to be like every day is going to be like 6 different things. So the amount of content you're going to get is going to be great for everybody. You're going to get a little bit of everything, a little bit of what everybody kind of is interested in or what they want. So stick around. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to have you guys come along for the ride and take this journey with me, where I know we're going to go, and we're going to go together, and it's going to be exciting together, because I care about you guys. I care about the actual people watching, who you really are, what you're really doing in your life, what's going on, what's your dreams, what's your passions. I will spend many, many, many shows, probably every day for an hour a day, talking to you guys. Right now, there's not enough people on to do that, but when there is, that will be what the show is. It'll be ask your questions, see what's going on in my life, and also tell me what's going on in your life if that's what we want to do. So in the future, a lot of Q&As, and a lot of Q&As for me to you. I want to do that. I want to switch it up. Maybe we'll have call-ins and stuff like that. Call on the phone, dude. You get an internet phone number, boop, 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 call on the phone. Now you're live, and we talk. We battle out ideas, and we come up with, hopefully, to a conclusion of what we, want from that conversation. That's the goal, guys. All right. Love you all. Have a wonderful night. Stay blessed. God bless. All that good stuff. Stay blessed is kind of not cool, but I don't mind it. All right, guys. Good night.